Jaller Mahri. Truly a legendary set. Yeah, I've met a lot of people that say that this is their favorite toa ever. So, are they right? Well, let's find out as we review this glorious set. And let's take a cheeky peek at the pieces that are included as well. We'll see how you can use them in your own custom creations. Let's do it. I really like Jaller. I mean, look at how good he looks. You know, I said other people say that this is their favorite toa. I'm gonna join them. This might be my favorite toa design of all time. I mean, okay, sure, look at the arms, the legs, yeah, they're fairly stock standard. Nothing too unique. And the frame that the torso is built around, it's your standard Bionicle torso. Nothing special, very common. But the real reason I like this so much is because of how the torso looks from the front. In 2007, this U-shaped piece, it debuted on this very set. And it gives this guy such an awesome design. The way the lines beautifully flow outwards, and the way that this frames the mask as well. The energy of this piece is so dramatic and so bold. That protruding shoulder armor, it makes a statement, doesn't it? And the way that those silver tubes kind of ebb and flow through it and then link up to the mask. Wow. The look of this, it looks like some sort of fantasy scuba gear. You know, the kind of old style scuba gear you used to see back in the day. It kind of gives me those vibes to some degree. But yet there's also something very bold and noble about this. It gives off vibes of a knight in shining armor. It's so special that the inclusion of one new element is enough to make Jaller stand out so much. Thematically, this is so impressive, and visually, it looks freaking cool. And I quite like how the look of it pairs with the crown details on the top of the mask. And by the way, it's worth saying that mask, freaking sick. Jaller just has so much presence. He has so much aura and so much style. So yeah, okay, the other toa, sure, they look cool. They really do. Yes, some of them do have presence, but none of them have the same presence as Jaller. He's unlike any toa we've seen before. Something else that sets him apart is the way that he holds his Kodak blaster. Because he doesn't hold it. He gives it to his little pet crab. And okay, if a set comes with a little teeny tiny cute pet crab, it's an easy 10 out of 10. But you know what else I like about this is there has been a nice tradition of having some kind of connection between the toa and the Rahi animals. I mean, heck, that was the entire concept of the Uniter wave of G2. The toa literally had some sort of unity between the creatures and themselves. So yeah, there is something very heroic and noble about taking care of animals and wanting to live in unity with them, fighting side by side with these creatures. So yeah, there is something really appropriate about the inclusion of a toa and his trusty animal companion. Man, Jaller really is special. And so are the pieces that are included in this set. Let's take a look at them and check out how you can use them yourself. We're going to begin with Jaller's mask. The marbled orange and dark red, oh, so pretty. And Bionicle MOCs, they've used this coloration to great advantage. Because when you place this mask in the very center of Toa Doom's torso, it starts to take on the qualities of burning fire. Hey, maybe that's what this represents, some sort of infernal engine or hellish fire that burns inside the very core of this character. It's what keeps them alive. That's kinda sick. Jaller's sword is also kinda sick, and check out how Filius Dax has used it here. This is kinda like a Rahi Bionicle interpretation of this shark creature. And using swords to form the head and the torso? Mate, that's genius! I love how the eyes poke out of the negative space in the middle of the sword. That's such a good idea. Doesn't this look great? Also included are 4 of these armor pieces in dark red. Iro Okanonen uses actually all 4 of these pieces for a neat little leg design. It's a simple way of rounding this off that, yeah, looks great. We also have 2 of these foot pieces, again in dark red. And I'm rather fond of how Sigmox has used them here, just slapping them on the sides of the thigh. I mean, hey, if you're stuck on a leg design, maybe you could do the same thing, because look at it, it's great. Now, what about this chain? You only get one of them in the set, but take a look at how Hake MOCs uses them here for kind of like chainmail on a knight. Okay, sure, this is actually the smaller variant of this chain. You get a larger one in this set. But hey, it would still look cool if you did the exact same thing with bigger chains. If you're looking to build a castle MOC or a knight, you gotta get some of these pieces. And we gotta talk about that torso armor piece. It's the best. Oscarbot uses it here on quite a large creation. We can see it right here on the waist. And dude, I feel like no matter how you use this, whether it's on the torso like the set does, or on the waist, heck, even if you use it as an arm design, a leg design, whatever, it's gonna look sick. This is just one of those pieces that will always look good. And finally, the orange armor piece. We see this on Jaller's waist. Well, Bionic Forge uses it actually on a revamp of Jaller. We've got two of them here, again on the waist, but this time they're on the sides. And it's nice, it looks good as armor, but they also can move and flex. So if you're moving the leg around, the armor doesn't get in the way. That's good. And hey, real quick, look at this revamp. I like that he's got a bit of a peg leg. That's a bit of fun. But what's even more fun is that Jaller's little crab friend, well, he can actually link up onto this leg and give him a more armored up design. That is one of the most clever things I've ever seen. That's such a brilliant idea. And hey, while we're looking at a revamp of Jaller, let's look at two more, shall we? We begin with this massive, Titan-sized version of Jaller. This is made by Abiyoki Pratama. I mean, if there's one thing that's gonna make Jaller look better, it's a cape. A cape and a massive sword. I also like how the orange armor on the torso, it flares up on the sides in a very similar manner to what the set originally did. Yeah, if you're gonna change it up and make it bigger, you gotta keep the same vibe. I like that this does that. But that original U-shaped armor piece is actually still here. We've got two of them kind of forming a bit of a collar on the neck. I told you, man, it's always gonna look good no matter how you use it. There also seems to be a reasonable amount of movement on this guy. I get the sense he can move more, but that's just not been photographed in these images. But hey, a bit of knee movement, some arm flexibility, it's nice. Man, he looks like a king or a very decorated knight. This is a good look for Jaller. But I dig this look. Artie Quill gives Jaller a fancy new black color scheme. You can see here the use of Kalma's armor pieces. Naturally, these pieces are marbled in a black and dark red color, so it's a great way to transition that red into black. And it's also great to see this black and orange sword. Originally, this would have come on the Lava Beast G2 set. Yeah, it fits in with this new color scheme quite nicely. And I like that it injects a little bit more orange. Because now that the orange has been taken away from the character himself, we've only got orange on the mask, which is fine, but maybe you just want a little bit more orange. And putting it on the sword, it works well. Oh, and look at this little goober. This crab is so cute. It was a good choice to make him smaller, because now he can fit on his shoulder. And now, he's got a shoulder-mounted blaster. Fancy. Yeah, I'm always a big fan of MOCs that pretty much just change up the color scheme, especially when it's all black like this. It gives off the vibe that they're wearing stealth armor, or perhaps they've joined some sort of special ops team. It's just cool. Jaller Mahri, man, he just hits different. It's sets like this that make the 2007 Mahri wave of sets one of, if not the best wave of Bionicle. So hey, if you liked the creations you saw today, be sure to take a look at the links below. You can find more from those builders right there. Thanks for watching, guys, happy building, and bye for now. Wow, I actually fired every pellet in the Kodak blaster. That never happens.